90s gaming was a new beginning for gaming. Home consoles were in more homes than anywhere else, and most people in the 80s will say it was the golden age of gaming. Sit down, son. Let me tell you about gaming in the 80s. Which wasn't really a thing. It was arcade consoles. Unfortunately, I'm not that old. But I'm balding like someone that was born in the 70s, so does that count? Look, we just gotta look at games from the 90s. They were perfect. You had Resident Evil 1, Half-Life 1, which by the way, this year, in 2024, is celebrating 16 years of gaming. And Sonic, which ironically made furries the biggest thing in the world. Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, which changed gaming forever, gave us a new rating system, and got games banned in Australia. I mean, Mortal Kombat wasn't the antithesis of it, but it didn't fucking help it. Doom, which is still around today, alongside even now Wolfenstein, two titans of video games. The Elder Scrolls, the first one, Ariel, Arnia? Fuck, I'm good at English. Can you tell us my first language? And Fallout 1, which people born in 2006 will say it's the Dark Souls of 90s gaming. No, you're just shit. And alongside all of them, the Duke Nukem series. Most of the games I've just listed are still around and still going strong. And some are still being said in other circles. An example of this, Half-Life. There hasn't been a game released in the mainline series for fucking years. And you mention even 3, the letter 3 in Half-Life, the number 3 in Half-Life, and the world just goes insane. It's unbelievable. And even Doom, like back in the 90s, it was just a 3D game, barely functioning on physics, and now you can play it on calculators and the fucking fridge. But it hadn't been a mainline game for years. Doom 3 come out and shitted all over that legacy. It wasn't until 2016 when Bethesda picked up the title and went, I'm going to do something with this, and they did something. They brought all those 90s kids back into the grind. There were speed runs, there were trophies, glitch hunting. It brought it back. The same thing can also be said with Wolfenstein. It was just a Nazi shooter as far as I'm aware, and a great Nazi shooter. And then they went to the 3D world, and to be honest, Wolfenstein PS2, Return to Castle Wolfenstein, is actually a pretty good game. Can't say the same for the PS3 release of Wolfenstein. It's kind of shit. But then Bethesda again, I don't know what it is with Bethesda. They can't do their own fucking games like Fallout and Elder Scrolls, but fuck, get them in front of any other title and they excel. Except for Starfield. But that was their own title, so it doesn't count. But again, they brought Wolfenstein back into the fold with three mainline games. Admittedly, the third one's not that great, but the first two, and even that DLC kind of game, were amazing. And then there's Duke Nukem. It has some good 90s games. They were great, apparently, and they play really well. But unfortunately, can't say the same thing for the other game. But in saying that, the other 90s games, they were breath of fresh air. They were parodies of themselves. They were something to look forward to. They were a game unlike any other. It was memes, strippers, guns, blood, pigs. I think there was a tentacle. And it was a breath of fresh air, like I said. But then we get to this game. Console to console, this game was stuck in so much development. The pits of Tartarus, the hellscape of development hell. But somehow it rose like Kratos, but didn't. It rose in a decrepit, like aborted fetus, like that thing in PT. It's in the sink. That is Duke Nukem. It's human. People fight about it. Actually, people don't fight about Duke Nukem. The game was released in 2011 to Xbox 360, PS3, PC, and developed by Gearbox and published by 2K and Take-Two. Now, just in comparison to all of that, I know no one gives a shit about who published it, but in comparison, Portal 2, Saints Row 3, Dark Souls, Arkham City, and Skyrim for the first time. So, all in all, a good year for gaming. Actually, if you look at it, it's a fucking huge year for gaming. Huge, big titles. And then Duke Nukem come around like Hiroshima and ruined the year. Ruined everything. But I hear you saying, why this game? Why are you playing this? It makes no sense. It was there. I wanted to see the hype. Anti-hype. I wanted to see the anti-hype behind the game. I wanted to just see what people are on about. Like, is it really that bad? People say the Dark Elden Ring is bad, but it's fucking beautiful. People say Fallout 1 is bad. That's only because they're not good. People say Oblivion is bad. To those people I say, you're kinda right. But I wanted to see what the game was all about. Even booting up the game, as an Australian, certified Australian, yeah, cunt, even loading the game, it feels like something out of the year 2000, you know, when the little logo comes up, that's what happens, the little logo comes up on the screen. The game just doesn't start like all new games, or it doesn't start up with a list of fucking menus on, how do you start this? It just starts with a little wavy flag, and straight into America Town, where I want to put on my wife beater, I want to punch my wife in a trailer, drink a 40, build a wall, tell vaccinations to get fucked and eat a Popeye's chicken. Sorry. The graphics, well, they age like Kramer from Seinfeld, his N-word incident.
Shut up! 50 years ago you had your upside down with a fucking fork up your ass! You can talk, your brain now, motherfucker! Roll his ass out, he's a nigger!
Wasn't good then. Sure shit not good now. I know that's harsh, but you gotta remember, like, Arkham City come out that year, and that game wasn't in development for very long. It was for a while, but in comparison to Duke Nukem, like, come on. And I can't bash the games because, again, one of my favorite games up there is the Bethesda, like Fallout New Vegas and Oblivion, when they zoom in on your fucking face and say howdy. But for an FPS, it's kind of a big deal, but not a big deal. But the game still sucks. They haven't polished it, so it's kind of shit. So the graphics are shit. That's all I gotta say. They're shit. They look like the turd you pick up. That's what the graphics look like. They look like the turd you pick up. The story of Duke Nukem Forever is the story for Duke Nukem. I honestly have no fucking idea what the story is, because I was boggled, and I finished the game, I powered through, I finished it. I want my purple heart now. Yeah, I want my purple heart for finishing Duke Nukem. But the game, the story is, from what the last game finished, when you kick the alien footy, and then now you're killing warthogs because they invaded again because you pissed them off. I don't know, it was 20 years ago, it's a revenge tale, aliens are taking over. That's really all you need to know. And even the writers don't give a shit. Like, I don't think they gave a shit when they wrote this. Like, even the flow of the levels don't make any fucking sense. You start in a mansion, okay, in Vegas. It's cool. I want to live in Vegas. But then you go down to the casino floor, to a highway, to an alien ship, to a highway. Actually, you know what? To the Grand Canyon. So then to a sewer level, and then somewhere in the middle of that is a skyscraper level with strippers. Like, it doesn't flow. The game, it doesn't flow. There's nothing that flows. Like, I get it, you want to do, you understand the concept of, I want to go, this is where I start and I want to get to space somehow. I understand that. We all want to go to fucking space. But it has to flow. Like, this is just the new Marvel timeline. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. It's just here, strippers, look, titties on the fucking wall. And you smack them and you get an ego boost, but it just doesn't make sense. And for some reason in the strippers, there's a glory hole where you can stick your dick in. There's an alien invasion and you can just stick your dick in a hole. Why? Because fucking Duke Nukem. It just doesn't make sense. And who, even if with the glory hole, that doesn't make sense. That inherently just doesn't make sense. Who's behind the glory hole? Is it the alien? Is it the cute blonde that got taken away and abducted? Is it the horny MILF mum talking to their kid about a pint size, about wanting to stick Duke Nukem in their vagina? No. Is it Amy Schumer, which arguably I think is worse than anything else in this world? Or is it a Thai ladyboy? Honestly, I take the Thai ladyboy over all of them. At least they know what they're doing because they got the equipment. They know what the fuck they're looking for. Amy Schumer's just gonna tell you a vagina joke and be on with your fucking day. Jesus. Like, the game just doesn't make sense. There's no flow. There's nothing. And even with the alien invasion, it just doesn't make sense. It's putting LOL XD for the sake of putting LOL XD. It's the 2003 of gaming. Okay, I've shit on this game enough. Let's talk about level design and how that makes inherently no sense at all either. Okay, you know when you get like a first-person shooter, you know what you're in for. You go to Call of Duty, you're a Marine, you're fighting shit. You play a Battlefield, you're a Marine, you're fighting shit. You're playing Call of Duty Zombies. You're one of the 8 protagonists shooting zombies. You know what you're in for. Call of Duty, you know you're in for an old war, new war, advanced war. You're in for either one of those 3 and shit can happen. Battlefield, it's old war or modern war. And they're fun, they make sense. Call of Duty makes sense because it's following a timeline. Kinda. It's following a sequence of events to get to the end game. I've always felt writing something backwards made sense because, okay, this is where we want to end, this is where we want to start. How the fuck are we getting there? And it has to make sense. Duke Nukem's one doesn't make any fucking sense. For one, what I told you about the casino level, you're in the casino and then next minute you're driving a car. That's fun for the sake of being fun, and it was kind of cool. I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. You do this in Call of Duty in the Modern Warfare series, you're getting cars, and okay, then you're shooting rats. For some reason, it turns into a mini platformer. Okay, cool. You go back to shooting aliens. Not even aliens, fucking warthogs. They're warthogs, which makes no fucking sense again. Okay, I'm getting on attention again about the warthogs. Gotta get over the warthogs. This isn't Halo. You don't get to own a warthog. Okay, I'm done. Once you get out, you find yourself on an alien ship. That's kind of cool. The boss is a bitch, but it's still cool. After that, you end up in the sky at a Duke Tower. It's a Duke Tower? Duke Tower. Duke Tower? Duke Tower. And then Duke Burger. Wow. I wonder if Duke Burger is any worse than the actual Burger King they have over there. Because we have Hungry Jack's and it's fantastic. Duke Burger just, it must just taste like a Duke on a burger. So shit. Anyway, when you get to the burger, place, it all of a sudden turns into a fucking 2D platformer. Okay, 3D platformer, I should say. It turned into fucking Ratchet and Clank without any of the aesthetics. Now, this would be cool if it made sense, but it inherently doesn't, because it's just there. Like there's a bit there where you gotta traverse the land to get to this lady, right? So you get shrunk. Yeah, I'm not talking like a normal platform. That would be cool. Duke gets shrunk and then has to do all of these menial tasks because fuck you, I'm Duke Nukem, I'll do what I want. It's my hopefully last fucking game. But it doesn't make any sense because, again, it's LOL XD for being LOL XD. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. And it would be funny if it was a parody. Like if it's a parody of any of those 2D games or 3D platforms, I'd be fine with that. But it doesn't make any joke. It's just, you are a platformer now, jump from bit to bit, knock over shit. You're a Rayman. It's like, I'd rather be this Rayman. I'd rather be the Dustin Hoffman? Is it Dustin Hoffman? I'd rather be Tom Cruise's partner in Rayman than this fucking Rayman. This cunt can win some money. This cunt is just stupid. Yeah, that's a bit mean for Rayman, but I'd rather be this Rayman than this fucking blind man. There's a phase that goes around every now and then that comes up on my YouTube feed of, you know, like Game Inform or Watch Mojo, even outside Xbox. They do like the worst levels in gaming, and the Zelda one comes up where you're in the water temple. That one comes out of a lot. Everyone despises that one. I've never played that one myself, but I'd argue the water level in God of War is a lot fucking worse. Only because it sucks and it ruined my speed running time, and I hated it. But similar to that, Duke Nukem thought, well, hey, fuck you, I'm getting my own water level, because forever cunt. This game will forever exist in my head, and it annoys me. You can see how frustrated I am reading what I've written is pretty sound, but this game just brings it out. It's so frustrating because of this fucking water level I just mentioned. So you go down into this area, because LOL XD, water level now, and then when you're in the water level, you gotta go to the other side to pick up a weapon. And I thought, okay, this must be a cool water weapon, you know, it must help with the boss, because you assume that when you see a new weapon in games, like, okay, this must help in some way, because this place is littered with RPGs, and you sure as shit need them for bosses. But you get through the water level, and okay, so you go down into the pit, and you gotta breathe in the bubbles, and I'm not having to go to the bubbles bit, because a lot of games did that. One of my favorite games, Pitfall, you gotta breathe the bubbles. And I think even Ratchet and Clank did a bubbles bit. I can't remember. I'd have to go back and have a look. But they did a bubbles bit. God of War did a bubbles bit. They all do it. I've got nothing against it. It's a cool mechanic. Does it work? I don't know. Mythbusters. Come back and redo that. But when you're in the bubbles, you go through this valve, open it up, go through the hatch, breathe in the bubbles, and then you go into a room with a turbine that's spinning, and it's trying to pull you into the turbine. So you gotta pull away, which is hard enough in the controls for this game. But then you swim through, breathe in the bubbles, and then you turn a corner, and there's fucking these little termite, fucking cockroach, festy fucks that are hard to kill normally, but in a water level where you can't fucking swim correctly, and this turbine's pulling you in, and all 20 of them come at the same time, it's so hard. And that gun you thought you needed, you might as well brought a fucking water pistol, because it's fucking useless. But I shit you not, it took me forever to do this, and I hated it. I got through it, but I hated it. I just ended up lobbing grenades and hoping for the best, but I still died a lot, and this took me forever to do. But once I got through it, it was done. I thought, thank God, there's no more fucking water. What the fuck? Yeah, there's another one. There's another water level with a boss. And it's just as fucking stupid. Playing Duke Nukem, I'm reminded of Saints Row 4. Thinking, I could be playing a lot better fucking game. But that game was a parody of everything. It was I wouldn't say a soft reboot, but it was a closure game. So it closed on all its greatest hits. What it did, it was funny, fun, and parody. There's a bit there where you gotta be, like Metal Gear Solid Snake, and it parodies it. Who the fuck would hide in the box? Why are we shooting at the lights? Just hunt them down, kill them. It was a fun parody, and it made fun of it while playing on itself, and then made fun of the character actually doing it, going, this is fucking stupid, why am I doing this? Who would do this? I look ridiculous. I'm just gonna go stab, stab, stab. Another moment in Saints Row 4 is the 2D side-scroll beat-em-up, where they acknowledge, what the fuck, this is your nightmare? And it's fun. It makes actual sense. Because you're in a simulation. Of course you can simulate that. See what Saints Row did? They went, okay, this is the beginning, this is the end game. We're gonna do all this. It made sense. It's a parody. And a funny one. Where Duke just buzzword funny. That's all it is. And it, again, just doesn't make any fucking sense. It's stupid. The boss battles in this game are also fucking terrible and repetitive. All boils down to is get RPG or gun that explodes, shoot boss, find reload box, shoot again, action hero, fucking QTS. It just doesn't make any sense. It's fucking stupid. And that's all it boils down to. Even the final boss is that. Except you get all the explosives, so you get to end the game quicker. Thank God. But I don't know. I was kind of disappointed in the end boss. I thought, alright, we can bring it all back for the ending. It really did. It was just, no, here's the boss. Fucking chuck some nukes at him and call it a day. And then, yeah, the place nukes, and then Duke Nukem dies, and he goes, not my fucking game. I'm not dying because I'm Duke Nukem. Fuck you. And it ends with credits, and then you go to a press conference, and he says, I'm running for president, and buzzwords and shit. It's just so fucking dumb. And then he talks about wanting a sequel. Fuck that. We are not getting this cunt a sequel. Fuck that. Fuck no. Hard no. The only way I wanted this done as a sequel is if maybe the crew that did Doom and Wolfenstein worked together. That's the only possible way you're getting a fucking sequel. Because this game inherently sucks. I ran and rave it, but honestly, this is one of the worst games I've ever played. And that's saying something in this day and age where there are broken games everywhere. Like every second game, AAA release seems to be broken as AIDS, but this game is just sad because it's playable, but I don't want to be playable. I want it to be unplayable. And it just fucking sucks. It's broken. It's only broken. It's unfun and sad. That's all I've got. People aren't joking when they say this is truly one of the worst games. And I should have known it was bad, because when you go to the community tab, there's a bit there how to change your Fahrenheit to Celsius. If that's your main gripe for this game is for you. This game is about as retarded as you are. Anyway, this game truly sucks. It just really fucking sucks. It sucks tranny alien cock. 2 out of 10. Just, hey, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Hey, did you know I stream sometimes? Yeah, that's that guy. He's playing Batman. This Batman is cool. Yeah, we're going through the Arkham series right now because Suicide Squad released, and that made me want to jump in a bath with a toaster. So I just want to relive the glory days. And if you miss out on the streams, check out the VOD channel, where you can catch up and watch an hour-long presentation of my antics. I don't just play this. I sometimes play Fortnite at night because that game's also fun. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and sub, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.